Okay, this is Moshe coming to you from Israel and the Galilee where I live. Well, we got some fantastically unusual developments. Um, Iran hit 2 days ago Iraq, some militias and people, the Kurds or something they didn't like, violating Iraq's sovereignty by shooting missiles into Iraq. Now, before we go off and think that Iran has all these fantastic long range missiles, let's remember that Iraq is like on the other side of the Persian Gulf from Iran. They're not, on the other side of the world or anything. And Iraq went nuts. They recalled their ambassador. They're filing charges at the UN. At first, I thought it was just a play acting, but I think they're serious. They're really ticked off. They're really mad. Now it gets worse. Well, of course, they hit some targets in Syria, Iran did, but short of Bashar Assad doesn't care about anything Iran does as long as they don't kill him and his family. That's how I look at it. I mean, he doesn't care. Iran has carte blanche. Now we come to Pakistan. Pakistan has a military of 1.7 million, counting their reserves, militia, and the regulars. The Pakistanis are not as crazy as Iran. No, they're worse. They're worse. They're very, very aggressive. Okay? Macho man, like that, only on steroids. Much worse. I mean, these guys, if you're nice to them, they'll be nice to you. You know? If you're peaceful, they'll probably be peaceful. But if you irritate them and you mock them and violate their sovereignty, like Iran did, they're going to go nuts. They have a common border with Iran, a land border. Pakistan has a miserable air force, like Iran. They got something like 60 or 90 fighter planes, and they're probably not so great. They have, counting submarines and everything, they got maybe 20 naval vessels. So let's write off the Navy and the Air Force. But Iran doesn't have much of a Navy or an Air Force either. It's about equal, probably. Iran got a lot of go fast boats, and Iran could probably wreck the Pakistan Navy significantly. But let's talk about a ground invasion. They've got thousands, I think, 3,700 tanks, 700 and something mobile artillery. The Pakistani military is a total of 50,000 vehicles. Yabba dabba doo, says Yogi Bear. That's a lot of vehicles. Gotta understand that when it comes to fighting, these guys are not cowards. They are dedicated, determined, gung ho. I mean, they will fight. No. They will fight. They don't have fear. Now, Iran is not Arab. They're Persian. They're Farsi. They speak Farsi, not Arabic. I don't think their military's got that much guts. I really don't. I really don't. Iran hides behind their satellite countries. Yemen, Gaza, Lebanon, and Syria. I think that Iran might just have written a check that it can't cash with Pakistan. Now, Pakistan called their ambassador out of Iran. Come home, we're breaking relations with Iran, right? But what else did they do? It's good. Drum roll. They stopped the Iranian ambassador from going back to Iran. They're detaining him. Whoa. Guys, this is serious when they do that. I mean, you're talking World War II level stuff here. This is major. That's just a slap shot to all the diplomatic protocols. Now, could Iran come on their hands and knees and apologize to Pakistan? Yeah. Would it work? It might. I don't know. You see, there's militia groups in Pakistan that are Sunni, okay, like Pakistan, which has branches inside Iran that attack the Iranian government. So they went to hit those. And Pakistan is lividly mad. So's Iraq. Now, is there a chance of Iraq and Pakistan getting together? No, not really. One Sunnis, one Shiite. Doubt it. I don't see that. Iraq's taking Iran to the UN. That's a complete waste of time. Pakistan's not going to bother with that. If you wanted to look for an equal for Pakistan, Afghanistan, they're crazy too. More so than Iran. I think the IRGC might run away from Pakistan military incursion. They might throw their guns down, put on civilian clothes, and run away. I've never seen the IRGC act other than as bullies. I've never seen them engage a competent enemy and fight voraciously. Never. Not ever. Would Afghanistan take advantage of the situation if Pakistan was hitting Iran? Yeah, it's a high probability. They talk about going in there and teaching Iran a pretty permanent lesson. Now, Iran does show up in the battle against Israel and Gog and Magog, so let's not get carried away and imagine Iran being destroyed, totally wiped out. It says Persia, which is the Persian Empire, so I mean, I think it would have to include Iran, you know. Could be bigger than Iran. So they could go in there and give Iran a really good beating and then just leave them alone. You know, that could happen too. Israel might see an opportunity to take some pot shots at Iran if it's engaged with Pakistan. Israel and Pakistan joining together against Iran, zero. I can't see that. It'd be remote. I mean, you know, any enemy of my enemy thing, but I doubt it. Pakistan could take great advantage if they had the Israeli Air Force, but I don't think it'll happen. Now, this is where it gets really dicey. Okay. For them, not for us. Iran is a very good ally of China, as of late, but a good ally. Pakistan is an old, deep-seated ally of China. So both Iran and Pakistan are allies of China. China's frantically trying to get a sit-down going with Pakistan, but I don't think Pakistan is interested in talking to China because they know what China wants. And that doesn't seem to be what they want. Now, I don't know how verified all this information is, but we'll find out. China wants to cool it off. Now, if Pakistan gets their head handed to them by Iran, which could happen, not likely, but possible, then things get worse for China. And I'll explain. Pakistan is a knife in the back, not stabbing in the back yet, just prodding against India.
Let's go.
Because they have a border with India. So if Pakistan goes down, India, I believe, is on the right and Pakistan's on the left.
Love you so much.
Iran and India getting together to attack Pakistan.
Love you so much.
Man.
Love you so much.
India's best move, Modi's kind of a snake. India's best move would be to sit, beef his border up just in case, put another 5 to 10,000 troops on the border, just in case people may try to run away out of Pakistan, or that's easy. That's not war.
Hello.
If Pakistan gets weakened tremendously, then he could hit China up in the Himalaya Mountains, where China stole some land from him a couple of years ago, and put a military base on there. Because it's very burdensome, hard, and difficult for China to engage a war with India, because it's far away from China. So they could use Pakistan to do it. So that's another reason China's not happy about this one. Because their relationship with India is the pits. America, I think it's safe to assume, will do nothing about this across the board. Nothing. Zero. Forget it. There'll be an observer. They'll go around singing, give peace a chance, and all that stuff, but they won't do anything. They might, if Iran is engaged seriously with Pakistan, then I think they would really go after the Houthis. They'd go right in by ground. So it'd be, probably 2,000 or so bombs and missiles, and then they'd go in by ground. They'd set up a beachhead with, Expeditionary Force Marines. They'd come in through Saudi Arabia. They'd do all kinds of stuff to the Houthis to get them to stop shooting the ships. It'd be pretty dramatically bad for the Houthis. There'd be no restraint, I don't think. Europe would come in too. They'd all come in. Pakistan could hand Iran their head. They're tough enough to do it. If they didn't have a land border, I'd say they were in big trouble. But because they both have a crappy air force, and they're not going to be fighting any decisive naval battles for any good reason, they're going to be having a big fight at the border to see who can push into the other guy's border. Now, like I say, I don't think the Iranian military forces have the guts to hold up to the Pakistanis. I don't think so. The Israelis would hold up. I think the Americans would hold up. But I'm not so sure the Iranians would. They're just bullies. It's interesting, isn't it? These are the end days, the latter days, the end times, so you never know what's going to happen. This has got fantastic potential. I wonder who else is going to get mad at Iran. If Iran gets weakened, the UAE is going to drop their friendship with Iran like a hot potato. They don't like Iran. They're afraid of Iran. Saudi will do anything to get the Americans to mess up the Houthis badly. They'll give them money. They'll do anything. So that's a big reason why America would increase their hits on the Houthis. There's no Iranian retaliation to worry about. And India has a bad axe to grind with Iran. I just can't see India and Pakistan. Look, let's just say it's end times and you see Iraq, Pakistan, and India get together to wipe out Iran. My gosh, would that be the year of recompenses or what? Well, it is the year of recompense, but could you imagine something like that? They pulverize Iran. I don't know what'll happen. You know, on the one hand, a lot of nothing. It could just, you know, hey, we're sorry, you know, let's have dinner together next week. We'll invite you to our palace. You know, it could blow over. Or it can escalate. I don't know.
It's like good job.
It's stranger than fiction, though. And a war like this will make the Gaza war fall away into the background, the same with the Lebanese war. This will be a war. This will be a honker of a war. And we got to also look at Armenia and Azerbaijan and what they may or may not do in this thing. Yeah. You got to look at that too. And what might Afghanistan do, if anything? They hate Iran. They probably get along with Pakistan. They may think it's a good cause to help them. I don't know what's going to happen. I think Iran really may have written a few checks it can't cash now. And remember, Iran talks tough, but there's not a lot. They exaggerate what's behind the tough talk. Pakistan doesn't do a lot of talking. They just take out the knives. Same with Afghanistan. They don't do a lot. They'll do a little talking, but they just take out the knives. I don't think Iran's got the stomach for this. I don't think so. I don't think so. So, we watch and wait. Things are getting hotter in Lebanon. It looks imminent. There'll be a war. Haaretz newspaper ran articles saying that Netanyahu and Gallant and his whole crew are playing a political agenda game, and if the war in Gaza was over, they'd be a vote of no confidence and thrown out of office in 10 minutes. That's a substantial publication in Israel, Haaretz. It's by paid subscription, which I have. So they're running these articles about, I mean, since this, you know, probably millions of Israelis that are very suspicious about October 7th because they have firsthand information from people that were on the ground in the military as to what happened. I know what that firsthand information is, and many Israelis do. Many do. Many. And they're mad. So they're going to try to keep us in a perpetual war. Gantz apparently is in on it too, according to the publication. So there's no relief coming from him. So the only relief is coming from Jehovah and Yeshua HaMashiach. That's it. That's it. Via the two witnesses, I would add, who are his, you know, prophets. He's using them to deliver the people. So we'll have to see what happens. But remember, when you call your ambassador back, that's bad. When you call your ambassador back and you stop the other country's ambassador from leaving, that's really bad. Okay, I send my shalom to all those who love Yeshua HaMashiach, and I'm out.